I went from, I'm a CrossFitter. I try to stay in great shape. My diet is good. I practice what I preach. And I gained 25 pounds when I was in mold. And for the first time in my adult life, I was actually developing breast tissue, because of the estrogen metabolites of some of the molds that were growing in my house. And I couldn't figure out why. I was developing cherry angiomas on my skin because of the estrogen effect. I was breaking out in bouts of crying. Like I'm not a highly emotional person. Like I'm certainly not what you would consider to be a touchy-feely kind of fellow. But I would just bawl. I would just break out and cry for random reasons. And again, when we got my blood work back and got everything back, part of it was estrogen. Is some molds produce toxic compounds that mimic estrogen. So for me, I was losing all this muscle. I could do 50 push-ups easy with my eyes closed and one leg on the ground. And when I was in mold, it was like I was struggling for 15, and then I would injure my shoulder because that high level of estrogen dominance that was occurring was just eroding my muscle tissue. It was eroding my mental capacity. It was eroding my brain. God gave me a gift. I can say I appreciate that. My brain is very quick and very fast. And so most people, I didn't say most, but many people don't have that kind of a gift. And I think that's why I've had the success in my life as a doctor that I've had, because I can think deeply about really complex biochemistry. But that was slowing down. My brain, instead of working like a Ferrari, was working like a Pinto. And I just was getting super foggy. And we were all just trying to figure out why it was happening. And it was very, very frustrating. And it was even more frustrating because my wife was in worse shape than I was, and my son's health was deteriorating. And again, my dog died. My other dog was getting sick. So we'd already had a mold inspector come out a couple of times, and then we didn't like their answers because we felt like we were missing key pieces. And that's when we hired you guys, the Texas mold inspectors. And so originally, I think it was Heather that came out, and she said, this is beyond my ability. She knew it was a big problem. And so then it was like a week later, I think, that Josh came out. We were in, I guess you could say, suspended disbelief, right? You're in shock. It's not easy to take on the information that you have to leave your house. And, once we got our mold results back, we got them back, and we left the house that day.